parents tend to think that parenting is about what they do for their children. But I found that my parenting is just as much about what I'm going to learn as about what my children are going to learn. And it's like he handpicked this child to teach me something I need to learn. And so let me tell you about Debbie. Debbie's my first child. Before Debbie was born, I was editing the Worldwide Challenge magazine. I loved the magazine for many reasons, but one of which was it did what it was told. We had 3 issues we were always working on, and we had a schedule, and so each issue we had what it needed to happen this month, this week, today. I loved it because I like things to be on schedule. And it occurred to me that when I had a child, I might need to learn to be a little bit more flexible. But I had no idea, because Debbie came, beautiful girl, but she had colic, and she didn't have the evening kind or even the afternoon and evening kind. She had pretty much the 24-hour kind. And basically, Debbie cried. She cried pretty consistently for 4 months. I'd have to rush to see, could I get a shower? Or could I throw some clothes on? Or could I eat a bite of breakfast? And then she was crying. And I can remember her crying just getting to me. Steve would leave in the morning, she'd be crying, I'd be crying. He'd come home in the evening, she'd be crying, I'd be crying. And I was just like, God, we have made a mistake here. And I said, I'm no good at this. What are we going to do about this? And he says, Judy, there's no mistake. I said, well, I'm not any good at this. I cannot help my child. And he says, well, Judy, first of all, you are the right person for Debbie. I went, I don't see how. He says, well, you're the one I chose to nurture her, to nourish her, to love her. But Debbie's just right for you too. Okay. He says, because, you know, you kind of like to be in control of things. I said, true, I do. He says, well, that's something we needed to work on. And Debbie is my gift to you to help you learn that you're not in control. But couldn't she at least sleep a little? He says, if you thought you could make her sleep, you would think you were in control. He says, you need to learn that I'm in control. God is in control. And you need to rest in me and relax and not have to have everything on schedule the way you want it and the time that you want it. And I went, do you think I can learn that? He says, well, I think we're making progress. So it was a major step that God gave me in learning to have open hands about everything in my life. And God's given me a lot of peace in that. So Debbie has been an incredible gift to help me trust God with the details of life and not have to be in control. And probably more than anything, God used my children to teach me to become the person God wants me to be.